Hi, I'm Christine Herman of Herman's Quality Meat Shop in Newark, Delaware. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Are you ready? I have a smorgasbord set out here to get started talking about this feast. But I want to start with a little bit of conversation about tradition. I like tradition. I think it's really important, and I think it's really important for a lot of reasons. When we lose our traditions, we forget who we are. So it's really important to me to pass on my traditions that I grew up with to my kids and my family and so on. And we all have different types of traditions in our family. And it could be something simple from a game or something that we do at maybe a birthday party, or every Saturday is a tradition, or whether even if it's at a holiday, it can be any type of tradition. But my point is they're important to maintain within your family lifestyle. And of course, traditions can change. They can change over the course of your lifetime as family members, if you will, come and family members go. And we bring in new traditions, we change those traditions, but it's really important. And I'm going to talk more about that in another video. But this particular tradition of the Feast of the Seven Fishes started a long time ago. It's an Italian-American tradition celebrating Christmas Eve, and it's a Roman Catholic celebration of the midnight birth of Jesus. And in my opinion, I don't hear much about it anymore. I don't know how many people actually celebrate this particular tradition. So I think it's kind of fun that we're doing this tonight in this video to share with you an old tradition maybe, and maybe you do celebrate this, and I would love to hear that in the comments below. So just kind of giving you some more background that it's, as you probably know, the Roman Catholics don't eat meat on Fridays, those that honor that tradition, if you will. And so this particular feast is part of the fasting from the red meat up until December 25th, until Christmas Day. However, it doesn't have to be a set menu. And that's what I like about this tradition, if you will. It can be whatever you want it to be, whatever fish you, or seafood in this case, you want to share. And I'm going to give you some suggestions and some tips. I've got a variety here we're going to talk about. And keep in mind that it's a feast, but it doesn't have to be big, full plates. It can be small plates when you're serving a group of people, your family, your friends that you're celebrating with. And we can start with something simple like shrimp cocktail. Easy enough. From there, maybe you progress to fried oysters or oyster stew. It's a nice soup to have on a cold winter night. One of my favorites is in a main course. Some of these are also main courses, would be crab meat, and I love a good crab imperial. And the jumbo lump crab meat, in my opinion, represents that. And or you can make crab cakes, small crab cakes or small crab balls to serve as an appetizer as well. Scallops are awesome, either wrapped in bacon or prosciutto, or cooked and served in a pasta dish, or even cooked and put on a salad. So again, thinking outside the box here, what you can do with some of these fish and making them pleasant and enjoyable for everyone in your party. A lobster tail. This is my tradition here. So we're going to go with the lobster tail because I don't always eat the whole fish. So I'm going to throw in the lobster tail, just a little one. This is a little 4-ounce lobster tail. And all of this fish, by the way, we sell here at Herman's, and we sell in quantities that are manageable for you. For example, the scallops in half-pound containers. The shrimp we sell cooked as well as raw shrimp, and you can buy them in 1 pound bags, pound and a half size packages, or you can just count out 4 or 6 and we can sell them to you that way. So just to kind of give you an idea, if you move on to your main dinner and you want to serve a fish, you can do, in this case, tilapia, or we're going to be talking about this beautiful piece of salmon. And a little tidbit is if you were to serve a whole fish and you serve it with the head on, back in the day, it represented wealth. So there's your little tradition tip there, just to share with you. Now, I have this gorgeous piece of salmon that I'm going to be cutting for you and demonstrating that as well as how you can cook this as a whole piece or you can cut it into smaller portions. What we do here is I will take this off the skin, which the skin is on this still, and I will take it off the skin for you and serve and cut it into serving portions. And we sell individual serving portions to our customers. Some people buy 1 piece, some people buy 20 pieces. Some people buy them small. I have a particular customer who will buy 1-pound pieces. He cooks them all at once, cools them, refrigerates them, and then freezes them. And when he's ready, he takes out a piece at a time. So just a little suggestion, a little side note from our feast menu here. But you can get an idea of what the Feast of the 7 Fishes could look like at your house and just some ideas of what you might want to cook. So let me cut this piece of salmon for you. I usually take this piece of belly off, like so. And this is actually delicious salmon meat that I can save and do something with. Usually I make a recipe with it, and I'm going to tuck that away. And I am just going to show you what it looks like with the skin on it as I work through it this way. And I just cut these beautiful portion pieces like this. And these are usually about 7-ounce pieces. My knife is super sharp here. And you can bake the salmon or broil it. You may serve it with onion and just something simple like salt and pepper. It doesn't have to be a fancy cook, or you can get very fancy and serve it with capers if you'd like, or some other recipe that you might have, just to kind of give you an idea. And you can see how beautiful these portions are. I'm just going to trim this one little side piece off here. There's another one. These are lovely individual portions. And some people do like to actually cook the salmon on the grill with the skin on. They like to crisp that skin nice and enjoy it that way. So there's lots of different ways to prepare your salmon. And I'm just going to go this way. Just kind of show you how beautiful this piece of salmon is. And there you have a little trim there. Okay. I prefer, when I work with fish and chicken, as I've mentioned in the past, I like to keep my hands clean by wearing gloves and keeping my knife separate. So I'm going to keep that separate. And here's the beautiful skin of the salmon that I am going to remove from my plate here, my work surface, and show you how lovely these pieces of salmon are that you can cook for your guests as well for your 7 Fishes menu. So there you go. There's your gorgeous variety of your Feast of the 7 Fishes options that you have. Now, I'm going to take this off, and I want to talk to you about my gloves, because as I've mentioned, well, not really my gloves, but as I mentioned, I like to keep my hands clean. So how do we clean up from cooking fish? You may notice when you cook fish that it has a slight smell to it. And I did a little bit of research, and there's some like a chemical reaction that occurs in the fish that if you soak it in milk for a short period of time, it helps to draw out that smell, and it helps with that. However, I like to light a candle or two in the house when I'm cooking fish. But in general, I usually keep my plates and dishes separate from my other items that I'm using. So I keep all of my fish items, if you will, my fish plates and dishes separate. And I do a wash separate with them. And what I like to use is some lemon, especially on my hands. Now, this particular lemon, I have taken the rind off for a recipe, but lemon juice is amazing. And I don't really have to cut, you know what a lemon looks like. But anyway, lemon juice on your fingertips to help keep everything nice and clean, and that is to me important. And also, I like to wash in cold water and at least do the first wash in cold water, and then I go back and do my sanitize where I wash with hot soapy water, maybe even a little dab of bleach to help just get that extra oomph of fish off of my plates and dishes. And then certainly you can put them in your dishwasher. But any of your cookware, like I said, I'm just a little particular about that. So that's what I like to do and how I like to clean up. So I hope that tip was helpful. Another little suggestion is using baking soda if you feel like you're not getting enough of the smell out. Using baking soda. And I typically never use plasticware with any of my fish or my poultry for that matter. So if you find also that a candle isn't helping, maybe you can make some of your own potpourri to help freshen up the smell in your kitchen, helps to absorb maybe a little bit of the fish. You can make your own with some citrus, some lemon, or some orange and some water, and you can add some cinnamon. And I think one of my other videos, we talked about this also, where you can add some cinnamon and some cloves and just kind of freshen up the house that way too. And just kind of bring back, and it's also a nice, vibrant way to make the house kind of smell like cider and warm, especially at the holiday time also. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to hear about if you shared any of these recipes or ideas for your Feast of the Seven Fishes. Thank you. The Feast of the Seven Fishes, your Christmas Eve tradition. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, maybe it was, maybe it will be. Let me know. Enjoy your spread however you decide to do it, and take some of these ideas with you. Please remember to comment below, give us a thumbs up, share our page, subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing these awesome videos to you. Thank you so much for being part of the Herman family. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.